Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to class 9 physics students in ABSEC's online sport program. I am Mrs. Alia Jidun from Army Public School and College, Fort Road, Rawalpindi. This is now 4th week of OSP session for class 9 physics. We will continue our chapter 4, turning effect of forces. The topic which we will discuss today is couple, given on page number 96-97 of your textbook. After the completion of this topic, students, you will be able to describe term couple as pair of forces tending to produce rotation. You will be able to demonstrate the role of couple in different examples from your daily life, and you can also differentiate between torque and couple. Before proceeding towards our today's topic, dear students, let us have a quick review of the terms which we have discussed in chapter earlier. Torque is measure of force that causes an object to rotate about an axis. हमने ये भी डिस्कस किया था कि जब किसी बॉडी के ऊपर सिंगल फोर्स अप्लाई होती है या अनबैलेंस फोर्स एक्ट करती है तो बिकॉज ऑफ दिस अनबैलेंस फोर्स द बॉडी ट्राइज टू एक्सेलरेट लीनियरली. इन द सेम वे रोटेशनल मोशन में फोर्स का काउंटर पार्ट है टॉर्क. तो जब सिंगल टॉर्क बॉडी के ऊपर एक्ट करता है तो इट इज़ ट्राइंग टू प्रोड्यूस एंगुलर एक्सेलरेशन इन अ बॉडी. Now let us first define the term couple. A couple is pair of force which is equal in magnitude, oppositely directed and displaced by perpendicular distance or moment. We can also define it like two unlike parallel forces having same magnitude but their line of action is not same, then they constitute couple. Now let us have a detailed understanding of this topic. Dear students, suppose I am going to apply a force in the forward direction. This is a single force which is acting on the table. Suppose the magnitude of this applied force is not sufficient to displace this table. Now you request your friend to join you in applying the force in the same direction as you are applying. Now what happens due to application of two forces in the same direction, the magnitude of the force will be added up and the table will move in the forward direction. Now suppose your friend applies the same force equal in magnitude to yours but in the direction opposite to your applied direction. Now what happens? Look at this figure closely where at point A a force F1 is acting and in the opposite side of this table another force F2 is acting. Both these forces, if we join their line of action, they are along the same line. The magnitude of forces are same but their direction is opposite and their line of action is also same. So what happens? The two forces will balance each other, they cancel the effect of each other and no motion will be observed in this table. Now move to the next figure. Here the two forces which you are applying on the table, they are having the same magnitude but you can see that they are acting at two different points on this table opposite to each other. The two forces have a distance apart, some distance, let's say L, apart from each other. The direction of the forces are opposite to each other. Their lines of action are also opposite. Magnitude of the force is same. Now what happens? We will observe that this body or the table will start rotating about its axis. Now this effect of torque due to two forces is known as couple. A couple has turning effect but does not able to accelerate the object. So what are the conditions for a couple to be produced? That there must be two forces. Both of these forces must be equal in magnitude. They should be parallel to each other but opposite in direction, or we can say that they are anti-parallel. The third very important point is that their line of action of forces are different. And last point is that these two forces should be separated by some distance L. Now, in order to have mathematical expression, the moment or torque of a couple, it is equal to the product of magnitude of one of the applied forces and the perpendicular distance between their line of action. If we represent torque of couple by M, then it will be equal to the product of F into D, where D is also called couple arm and it is defined as the perpendicular distance between two forces. Now, in order to derive this expression of torque for couple, we will see that two equal and opposite forces are acting on a double arm spanner. Due to these forces, the spanner will move about pivot point O. Now, because of these two forces, two torque will be produced. The magnitude of torque due to force at A will be equal to the force into the moment arm, that is F multiplied by OA. And the magnitude of torque due to the force at the other point B will be equal to the product of force into moment arm, that is equal to F into OB. Now, these two torques are acting in the same direction on this double arm spanner, that is anti-clockwise direction. So, the torques of these two forces will be added up and they constitute a couple. So, the total torque of couple will be equal to torque produced due to a force at point A plus torque produced due to the force at point B. That is F multiplied by OA plus F multiplied by OB. Taking force as common, we will get here F multiplied by OA plus OB. Or we can say that torque of couple is equal to F multiplied by AB, where AB is equal to sum of OA and OB. This AB is known as couple arm, which is the perpendicular distance between the two forces. So the torque of couple is equal to the magnitude of one of the force into couple arm. Now, different regular activities which we perform in our routine life involve the concept of couple. Let us take few examples. The forces that two hands apply to turn a steering wheel are often a couple. Each hand grips the wheel at points on the opposite side of the shaft. When they apply a force which is equal in magnitude yet opposite in direction, the wheel rotates. Another very commonly observed example of rotation of double arm spanner, which is used to open the nut, it is due to the couple effect. In the same way, if you want to open the bottle cap, you are applying the forces by your hand which are constituting the couple, and in this way the cap rotates. So you can observe a number of more cases in your daily life where the effect of couple is taking place. Well, dear students, I guess most of you really like to ride a bicycle. Now, can you relate the motion of this bicycle with the couple effect? Yes. A cyclist, when pushes a pedal of the bicycle, forms a couple that acts on the pedal. The pedal causes the tooth wheel to turn, making the rear wheel of bicycle to rotate. Now students, here is a very important concept which you have to develop regarding torque and couple. When we are talking about the torque, that is moment of a single force, then the result depends on the pivot about which the moment acts. Means the greater the moment arm, the more will be the turning effect. As we have discussed that as the applied force is away from the pivot point, that is the perpendicular distance between the applied force and the point of rotation increases, it causes more and more rotation in the body. However, the situation is different in case of couple. In case of couple, the moment of couple does not depend upon the point about which it acts. It only depends between the perpendicular distance of two forces. A single force, when acts on a body, it will try to make this body linearly accelerate, unless there is another force to balance it. A couple, however, is a pair of equal and opposite forces, so it will not make the object to accelerate. This means that we can think of couple as a pure turning effect, the size of which is given by the torque. Now let us wrap up this topic. Couple is the pair of forces produces rotation in a body without acceleration. Torque of couple is the product of couple arm and magnitude of one of the force. Its unit is Newton meter. I hope this topic is clear to all of you. Stay blessed. Take care. Allah Hafiz.